Proverbs 19 verse 24 says, "A slothful man hides his hand in his bosom and will not as much bring it to his mouth again." Then 20 verse 13 also says, "Love not sleep, lest thou come to poverty. Open thine eyes, and thou shalt be satisfied with bread." There's another part that says, "He becometh poor that deals with a slack hand." You know, when it comes to success and prosperity and all those other buzzwords that we like to talk about, it can be deliberate. You don't have to stumble into it. Your story does not have to be how you stumbled into somebody that just gave you $1 million and all of a sudden, boom. Or how you inherited wealth from someone else that you never knew before. While all those things can be wonderful, your story does not have to be like that. And while you're waiting for that to happen, which might never happen, you can start to construct your life. And one of the things to remove from your life is laziness. Don't be someone that deals with a slack hand. You must plow your effort in, put it in. Laziness is, the person that gives excuses. The person that does not necessarily put in all their efforts in. A lazy person will tell you, "There's a lion in the street. I heard there's a lion in the street." No, you have to be careful. You have to be wise. A lazy person will sleep 8 p.m., wake up 10 a.m. That's 14 hours. So you need good sleep so your brains can function well. A lazy person would always find a good reason and argue their case to win their case as well, why they couldn't achieve a task or an objective. They're complacent. They procrastinate. These are all traits of laziness. But you see, it's clear that laziness does not lead to anything successful, tangible, productive, victorious. And today, I want to start to encourage you to step away from laziness into greatness. You might not be poor right now. You might be in a very wonderful marriage right now. You might be in a very wonderful financial situation right now. You might have lovely children right now. But if you deal with them with a slack hand, with laziness, all these wonderful things, it says, "He becometh poor." So in other words, he was not poor. He just became poor because he dealt with a slack hand. So you have a wonderful marriage. You work hard at it. Be diligent at making sure your marriage is successful. Be diligent to train up your child in the right way. If not, you have children that will give you a heart attack. Be diligent in that job. If not, when they're laying people off, it's you that they will think of laying off because you don't add value. He becometh future. So not today, but tomorrow. And that is important. No matter what your circumstances is. You might come from a very wealthy family. But you see, today is not the first day. This generation is not the first generation where we have seen families wealthy from generation to generation to generation until it came to one person. And that person couldn't transfer that same wealth. Because from that person then, the wealth dropped. It's possible. So you shouldn't be that person. You must make up your mind. It's a thing of choice. Say, you know what? I refuse to be lazy. And you say, God help me. And as you say, God help me, you're meditating on diligence. You're meditating on wisdom. You're making that effort. You start to picture yourself as diligent. And grow in it. Grow in diligence. study of the word, be diligent. In prayer, be diligent. If the Spirit of God nudges you up to pray in a night, very early in the morning, don't say, oh, I'll pray later. Pray now. That is diligence. That all forms part of diligence that we talk. I pray God will help you and strengthen you and take you away from that part of laziness into diligence. Another element of diligence I want to point out is the willingness to learn new things. We're in a day and age where technology is evolving, knowledge is growing fast. You might learn a skill today and in 5 years' time it's no longer relevant. And so therefore, you must be ready to learn. You can't say, I'm not a computer person. You have to learn it. It's hard, learn it. I pray God help you in Jesus' name.